In this class, we're going to be talking about sightseeing when we go on a tour in a special place, and some of the specific vocabulary that we'll hear when we're on this tour. And also, if you guys have ever thought about using your English skills to be a tour guide, and to give people tours that, because English is such an international language, you guys can get some practice here. We can learn some phrases that you can use, and you guys can do a little bit of role play too. So you can pretend to be giving a tour to the other students. I think you'll have fun. So let's go ahead and get started now. We'll review some vocabulary first, and we'll take a little quiz in the vocabulary before we learn the phrases and role play. So let's start with Anna. Maybe I can ask you to maybe I can have you read maybe the first two words for us. We can go 2 words at a time.
Okay. Activities. Things to do. There are lots of activities that the whole family will enjoy. Architecture, design of a building. The architecture of this building is typical of the Renaissance age.
Very good. Nice reading. And Jorgen, can you read the next 2 words for us?
Yes, art gallery, place to look at professional paintings and drawings. We are going to visit the art gallery where local painters exhibit their art. Then we have attractions, places for tourists to see. The water park is our most recent attraction.
Very good. Nice reading. Thank you. Okay, and we'll have Igor start with the letter B. Can you read these 2 B words for us?
Yeah, sure. Bearing, it's feeling for understanding one's location / surroundings in an unknown area. And the meaning, no. The example, if you are having trouble getting your bearings, just remember that the mountains are west.
Nice.
And,
okay. Yeah, and the second one too, sorry.
okay. Business district. It's area in a city that has many offices. Keep in mind that this is the business district, so that grocery store may be expensive.
Nice reading, thank you. And I saw we had Akka join us too. Welcome back, Akka.
Yes, hello. Thank you.
Nice to see you again. Thanks for joining
See you again.
All right, let's ask Luba to continue for us. Can you read the first 2 C words, Luba?
Castle. Castle, a building for royalty. No one has lived in this castle since the last king died 20 years ago. And church, a place to worship God. The church is the central meeting place in this town.
Excellent reading, nice job. And Anatoly, it's your turn. And we had Rashid join us. Welcome back, Rashid.
Hello. Hi
Hey,
again.
welcome back. Yeah, nice to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Okay, Anatoly, can you read the next 2 words for us?
Okay. Conveniences. Things that make life easier. There you will find all of your conveniences, from suntan lotion to shampoo. Custom. Something people of a region do often. It is a custom to hang birds in the windows at this time of year.
Okay, good job. And another word for these things like suntan lotion, shampoo, toothpaste. Another word for this is toiletries. So when you're traveling, sometimes the hotel will provide you with toiletries. So you can know that that's what they're talking about, these personal items. All right, Javier, maybe I can ask you to read the next 2 words for us.
Did you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Good.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. En road. On the way. While we are en route to the hotel, I will point out the beach and the golf course.
While we are en route to the hotel.
Oops. I think someone forgot to mute the microphone. Hold on
Yeah,
just a second.
sorry.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, Javier. Sorry.
Me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. En route, on the way. While we are en route to the hotel, I will point out the beach and the golf course.
Okay, and you can read the next one too.
Entertainment district, a place where there are theaters and concert halls. If you want to catch a movie while you are here, the entertainment district is
Okay, thank you. And I saw
off
we
to
had,
your left.
yeah, good job. And I saw we had Juran Deer join us too.
Hello, teacher.
Hi, welcome back. Nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice to see you too.
Okay, and Anna, you had a
Hello.
question about the word. Anna, you had a question about the word beads.
Beach.
Anna?
Yes, I don't know the meaning.
Okay, we can see a picture of beads. Usually they're in the form of a necklace, or they're on a string. These are beads. Okay.
Beach.
So some people put beads on a string. They put them in their windows sometimes as a custom. All right. So we read en route and entertainment district. So we're on exception, and I think it's Aka's turn. Aka, can you read the next two for us?
Okay. Exception. Someone that does not follow the usual rules or expectations. With the exception of Johnson Street, it is safe to walk around here at night.
All right, and you can read the next one too. We're all reading two at a time.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Exhibition. Object, for example, art, displayed for a short time for the public to view. It may be dull to find parking with the car exhibition on this week.
Okay, good. And if you notice at the beginning of this word, there isn't an H, so it's pronounced like
Tough,
tough. Tough.
tough.
Yeah, tough. It means like something is difficult or hard. It might be tough. All right, nice reading. And we can continue with Rashid. Rashid, can you read the next two for us?
Grocery store, supermarket, place to buy food and take home. Since you have a kitchenette at your hotel, you will need to know where the grocery store is.
Okay, and you can read the next one too.
Highlight, the best part. People often say that the highlight of their trip is the botanical gardens. Botanical gardens. What does
Botanical. Yeah, good. Have you heard of these before?
uh, botanical gardens? Botanicia, vegetable?
Yeah,
Vegetable?
botany is like the study of plants.
Yeah.
So a botanical garden is like I'll put the definition here. We can read it. Would you like to read the definition for us?
Yes, an establishment where plants are grown for scientific study and displayed to the public. Yeah, I know this place.
Okay, all right. Nice reading then. Good job.
Thank you.
So we had highlights and grocery store or supermarket. So I think it's Deer's turn. And Deer, maybe you can read the next two words for us.
Okay, teacher.
Starting with here. Yeah.
Legend. A person or history known for a long time. According to an old legend, a sea monster lives in this lake. According to an old legend, a sea monster lives in this lake.
Okay. And can you read the next word for us also?
Lob. Front
Lobby.
entrance.
Sorry?
Lobby. Lobby. Front entrance. We will meet in the lobby at 8 a.m. sharp.
Perfect. Good reading. All right. And Anna, I think it's back to you. Maybe you can read the next two words for us. Starting here.
Locals. People who live in an area. The locals are usually happy to show tourists around. Location. Place where something can be found. This location is the best because you don't need to bother renting a car.
Excellent reading, Anna. All right, Jorgen, it's your turn next.
Yes. Map shows roads and directions to places. I'll give you each a map so you can follow along as we walk. And then we have markets, place to buy fresh food and homemade items. Every Sunday there is a farmer's market on Wade Street.
Nice, good work. Okay, and Igor, it's going to be your turn, so let me scroll down for you for the next two.
Okay, monument. It's a statue or structure that honors an event or person. This monument honors the men and women who died during the war. And museum, a place where historical items are displayed. The museum charges a small fee for adults, but children are free.
Nice, very good. And here in this word, the second syllable is really stressed, so it's like museum, museum.
Museum.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, perfect. So it
Okay.
kind of sounds like there's a letter Z there in the middle. Museum. Nice job. All right,
Thank you.
Lupa, I think, oh, sorry. Lupa, I think it's your turn, so maybe I can have you read the next two for us here.
Necessities, things that people need for everyday living. We recommend that you only carry necessities in your purse and leave everything else at the hotel. And original state, the way something appeared from the beginning. Except for the roof, this home has been left in its original state.
Okay, good. Nice reading. And Anatoly, I think it's your turn for the words that start with the letter P here.
Okay, a photograph. A picture taken with the camera. You may not take photographs here, but you can purchase a postcard. Postcard, a card with a picture on one side, usually an object or place that tourists see, that can be mailed without any envelope.
Envelope. Mm-hmm.
Envelope. Uh-huh. The gift shop has many great souvenirs, such as postcards of the beautiful waterfalls.
Okay, good. Nice reading. Photograph and postcard. Good job. Okay, Javier, I think it's your turn. Can you try the next two for us?
Questions or concerns. Things that
What is?
tourists may
Oh, hold on just a second. I'm going to make sure that everyone's microphones are muted. Sorry. Okay, go ahead, Javier. Every time you have to read, someone starts talking. Go ahead, yeah.
Sorry?
Yeah, you can go
Okay,
ahead.
again.
Yeah.
A request. Something that has been asked for politely. The driver has made a request that you throw all of your garbage in the bin at the front.
On your way out. Yeah, very good. And this example actually doesn't go with this word. I think someone might have put it there by accident that was rating this website. But maybe Javier, can I ask you to make a sentence using like an example, using questions or concerns?
Sorry, well. To make a sentence with
Questions or concerns.
our main concern is the possibility of having a civil war.
Okay, good. Yeah, very good. And sometimes like at the end of a tour or the beginning, they'll say, if you have any questions or concerns, please feel free to ask me. So it's a pretty common phrase when you're taking a tour or when you're traveling. Very good. All right, Aka, I think it's your turn. Can I have you read the next two for us?
Okay, restaurant district, part of a town city with many places to eat. You will see there are many more eateries to choose from when we head to the restaurant district. Ritual, tradition, custom, action, religious or cultural, that people do often. It is an old native ritual to dance during the sunrise.
Nice reading, thank you. And Rashid, I think it's your turn next. I'll have you read the next two words for us.
So, scenery, natural beauty to look at. It is impossible to capture the beauty of this scenery in pictures. Settlers, people who first made a home in an area. The original settlers relied on oxen to carry their wares.
All right, excellent. Very good. Nice job.
Thank you.
Um,
Scenery is not clear for me, and the definition of settlers, the original settlers relied on oxen to carry their wares, and don't know understand.
okay, all right. So
I don't
maybe we can talk first about this word scenery. And maybe I can ask one of the other students. Would anyone like to explain what scenery is?
It is like the view from something, right? Like landscape.
Like
Okay, yeah,
sightseeing.
landscape.
Yeah,
Okay.
landscape is a nice way to explain it too. Yeah. All right, and I saw we had a question about this word oxen too. So let's look at a picture of oxen.
It's like a bull, right?
Yeah, it's like a really big animal that used to be used. They're still used, I think, in some countries that don't have like construction equipment. They'll use these huge, powerful animals to help them. You can see,
Okay.
like in the pictures, yeah.
Okay.
So when it says that the settlers used oxen to help them, the settlers are like people from the past who first came to an area that was, and they settled it, or they kind of like made a city there. Okay, and and wares. Okay, so it says they relied on oxen to carry their wares. So wares is another. It's like an old-fashioned word for the things that they have, like maybe you could hear of kitchenware, which is like they're like the tools and utensils that you have for the kitchen. So tools and utensils could be wares. But yeah, great questions, guys, about the vocabulary. They use some pretty advanced vocabulary here. So if you feel like that you're not really sure about the meaning of something, feel free to ask. And if you write in the chat box too, and if I don't see it, then you can use your microphone to ask me. Because I'm looking at a different I'm looking at this window and not the other window. Okay. So we read scenery and settlers, and I think it's Durandir's turn again. So maybe you can start here with shopping district.
Shopping district,
Hmm.
area of town where there are many stores. You may want to save some spending money because we'll be visiting the shopping district this afternoon. The next,
Yes, please.
site,
Yeah. Hmm.
place, location. This is the site of a very famous battle.
Okay, great. Very good. And you guys might notice a pattern here. They talked about the business district, the restaurant district, and now the shopping district. So the different areas of town will be called like districts, and they'll just be characterized by whatever is there, like shopping, or if there are a lot of restaurants. Or if it's a residential place, it will be called a residential district. So yeah, nice work. Okay, and Anna, I think we're back to you. So I'll have you start here with this one. You can read these two.
Stairway, stairwell, steps going up or down. The stairwell is very steep, so please watch your step. Street people, people who live on the street often begging for money. You may be surprised how sorry
It's okay.
how many people ask you for money.
All right, excellent, very good. And this word is pronounced like steep. Steep. It has like a long e sound. Have you heard this word steep before?
No,
Okay. Does anyone know the definition? Could anyone explain it?
Steep, it is like their staircase in the ship. It's really high, so it's not like the normal angle.
Yeah, very good. It's like a really it's very like a vertical angle. It's hard to explain. I'll show you a picture though of steep. So this could be maybe like a steep cliff. You could see here, or this is like very, very steep. You see where this person is going to ski down the side of the mountain. It's very steep. So when it says that the stairs are steep, maybe they would be very like at this kind of angle, at a very steep angle. Okay, nice job, guys. And Jorgen, maybe I can ask you to read the next two for us.
Surroundings, things that you can see, things that you see around you. I hope you enjoy the castle and its surroundings, including the secret garden. Voice, the sound you make when speaking. I apologize for my voice today as I have a bit of a cold.
Very nice, great job. And I'm going to ask Igor to read the next two for us.
3? Oh, 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
just two. It's okay. Sorry.
Voucher. It's a piece. It's a piece of paper that shows you have paid. Don't forget to bring your voucher for a free coffee in the hotel lobby. And waterfront. It's piece of land next to an ocean, lake or river. There will be plenty of live entertainment down at the waterfront.
All right, excellent. And Luba, can I ask you to read the last one for us?
Window. Glass that you look out. We can peer in the window, but I think they are probably closed for the day.
Great, very good. And here we have a lot of verbs that would be used. It's a pretty long list, so we're not going to read all of them, the verbs. But I thought we could read some of these adjectives, and we do not have to read all of the definitions. But I thought some of these adjectives are really nice that that you will hear when you're on a tour, but also that you could use. Maybe we can use them in our pretend tours that we'll give to the class. So you guys can try to use as many adjectives as possible. So let's just read through them really quickly. Maybe I can ask Javier. Javier, can you read 3 of these for us? But don't read the definition, just the word. Javier? Hello? Can you hear me?
Hello.
Oh, okay. Hi. Can you read the first 3 words, but don't read the definition, just the word? Oh, I think your microphone's muted, Javier.
Okay, I think now.
Okay, it's working, yeah.
Ancient, beautiful, gorgeous, and breathtaking.
Nice, good. And this is pronounced like ancient. Ancient.
Ingent.
Okay, good. And Aka, I'm going to ask you to read the next 3 for us.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Aka, go ahead.
No,
Okay.
it's okay.
Yeah. No problem. Customary, traditional. It is customary to.
You don't have to read all the definition. It's okay. You can just read the words. We're just.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
customary, dangerous, devastating.
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 Perfect. Yeah, great job. All right, so I'm going to ask Rashid. Rashid, can you read the next 3 for us?
Yes. Elegant, attractive yet simple.
Okay, wait. Can you just read the word? Sorry. Don't read the definition, just read the words.
Elegant, enormous, exciting.
Okay, good. Yeah, okay. Nice job. Thanks. And Jurandir, can you read the next 3 for us?
Yes. Extensive, fascinating, haunted.
Okay, nice. Good job. And Anna, I'm going to ask you to read the next 3 for us.
Heritage, international, Lovely.
Good job. And with this word, we really pronounce that H at the beginning. Heritage, heritage.
Heritage.
Yeah, good. Perfect. Okay, Jorgen, it's going to be your turn. Can you read the next
Yes.
one? The next three for us?
Magnificent, popular, prevalent.
Prevalent. Yeah. Okay, nice job. Igor, I'm going to ask you to read the next three.
Reconstructed, restored, and safe.
Thank you. And Luba, can you read the next three?
Let me guess. Scenic.
Scenic. Scenic.
Scenic. Scenic. It's like what was the word?
Like
Scenery.
Yeah, like scenery. Very good. Yeah, it comes from the same word.
Superb and thrilling.
Yeah. Have you heard that word scenic before? Is that a new one for you?
Yes, I was just trying. The scenery is not a new word for me, but scenic is. It is. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So you can see the example sentence here to see how you can use it in a sentence.
But
Talks about
scenic
a scenic
view,
view.
it will be like the synonym to scenery, right?
A scenic view, it's like saying yeah, like a beautiful view, a scenic view. Yeah, nice job. Okay, and Javier, I think it's your turn. Can you read the last two for us?
Unbelievable and visible.
And visible. Great job. Okay, so we actually have I put the link here to this vocabulary so you guys can read over some of the definitions or the examples if you need to. But we have also like a quiz that we can do at the end of the class to help us remember some of the vocabulary if we have extra time. But I'd really like to give you guys a lot of time to speak, so we can read about different phrases that we would use to ask questions on a tour and also answer questions. And so this will give us a chance to do one of our role plays. So maybe I can ask Aka if you could read the little introduction for us here to answer the
Okay.
questions.
As a tour guide, you will face new challenges every day. One of the hardest parts of your job may be answering questions. Unlike a speech that you can memorize, you won't always know what questions people will ask. However, you can anticipate certain types of questions and certain ways that questions will be asked. You should also learn how to use variety when you answer questions or respond to comments. You may lose interest in your job if you say the same thing each time. Finally, it is important to know how to politely explain that you don't understand a question.
All right, nice job. And I saw we had Obid join us. Welcome, Obid. Hey, Obid, is your microphone working? All right, it looks like he might be away at the moment. Obid, if you can get your microphone to work, just let us know, okay? All right, so let's look at some phrases that a tour guide might use to ask or respond to questions. So, Rashid, maybe I can have you read half of these here, maybe just to hear, okay?
Yes. I just have to read the question, right?
Yeah, you can start here at the beginning and just read to the middle here.
Okay. Do you have a question, sir? Yes. If you see a hand raised. Okay. If there's something I can help you with, I will try my best to answer your question. I'm afraid I don't have the answer to that. Sorry, I don't know. That's an interesting question. I wish I knew the answer. Sorry, I
Yeah,
don't know.
so we see a few variations on how you might be able to respond when someone asks you a question, but you're not exactly sure what the answer is. So those are polite ways to respond. And Dear, maybe I can ask you to read the second half of these responses. Oh, Dear, I think your microphone is muted. So you have to un
Yes,
yeah, go
thank you.
ahead.
I wish
Yes,
I
Jorgen.
knew.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry, you can
yes,
start here.
yes. That's a tall, difficult question. I will have to look into that further. I will have to ask someone about that. I've never been asked that before. Pardon my English. I don't quite understand your question. I'm not sure, but I can find out for you.
Excellent. Yeah, so these are all really nice responses that are very polite. Um, okay, so let's look at the tourist point of view now. We can see some phrases that a tourist might use when they're on a tour to get information. So, Obid, is your microphone working?
Yes, teacher, you can hear me.
Okay, yeah, we can hear you now. Obid, where are you from?
I'm from Saudi Arabia.
Cool. All right. Nice to have you with us today.
Nice
Thanks
to
for
meet
joining
you.
us.
Yeah, thank you, teacher.
All right, Obid, maybe I can ask you to read a little bit here.
Yeah,
Can I ask you to read just the first three questions?
yes. And fill is the blank or without.
Yeah, you could even make up your word, like invent a
Okay.
word to
Where
put in the
is
blank.
where is the station from here?
Mm-hmm. Good.
How long has how long has how long has stay been here?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe is it correct or not?
Yeah, maybe how long has the library been here, or how long has this monument or this statue been here? Mm-hmm.
Continue or
Yeah,
that's it?
you can read the next one too.
Yeah. Uh, where are we head going now? What
Nice.
time?
Okay.
Hmm.
Good job. All right, and I'm going to ask Anna to continue for us. Anna, maybe I can ask you to read the next four questions. Starting
What
here.
time?
Yeah, go ahead.
What time does stay open until? What else is there to do here? Which do you recommend? Are we allowed to take pictures?
Okay, good. Thank you for your reading. And Jorgen, can I ask you to read the next, let's see, maybe the next three questions here.
Yes. What's that over there? Where's the best place to buy, I don't know, drinks? My son wants to know if parents asking a question for shy child.
Mm-hmm. Okay, good. Nice job. And Igor, can you read the last three?
Yeah, sure. Do you know where the nearest washroom is? And could you tell us where the nearest bank is? And last, you don't happen to have a first aid kit, do you?
Awesome, very good. So you can see some ways that you can approach the tour guide as a tourist and get some information from him. So we'll see a sample conversation, a dialogue of how we might use some of these phrases in a conversation. And then I'm going to ask maybe groups of you, maybe two at a time, to have like a little conversation like this yourselves. So you can practice using some of these phrases. So to read the dialogue, I think I'll ask Luba and Javier. So Luba, you can be the guide, and Javier, I'll have you be the man. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Luba.
If you have any questions while we are going along, please don't hesitate to ask.
Javier?
Any questions?
Javier, can you read the part of the man?
What does it mean while we
I
are
have a
going
question.
along?
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry, go ahead. It's while we're going along means like while we're on the trip. Okay? Or like while we're en route. Yeah. Okay, so go ahead, Javier. You can read your.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question actually.
Sure, what's that?
Where is the best place to have dinner around here?
Well, that's a tough question. There are so many good restaurants. My personal favorite is Spaghetti Alley.
How do we get there?
I'll point it out when we pass it. It's going to come up on our right in a few minutes.
My daughter wants to know if we are going to be passing any castles today.
Castles? No, I'm afraid all the castles are further into the city. We're going to be staying near the coast today. I can give you a map of the city, though. It shows where all the castles are.
Sorry, I have another question.
No problem. That's what I'm here for.
Are we allowed to take pictures once we get inside the museum?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that. I forgot to mention that taking photographs inside the art gallery and the museum is prohibited. However, you can take pictures of the grounds and the outside of the buildings. The architecture is beautiful.
Oh, and that time will be stopping for lunch?
We'll break around noon and meet back at the bus's 12:45 sharp.
Nice job, guys. Excellent reading for that dialogue. Very good. Okay, so now my first two victims, I think, will be Rashid and Obid. Okay?
Okay.
So, Rashid, I'd like you to be the guide.
Okay.
And maybe you're giving a tour. You can choose where your tour is. If you like it to be somewhere in France, maybe the Alps where you used to live, or wherever you like. And Obid, you're taking this tour and you have a lot of questions for Rashid. Okay, Obid, so you can use some of these questions that we practiced earlier. Okay, so Rashid, you can go ahead and start.
Okay. I start to read if you have any questions. That's right.
Well, yeah, you can read this, but then you're going to have your own conversation with Obid, okay?
Okay.
Like you're giving a tour.
Okay, I create a conversation with Obi. That's right.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Wow.
You can do it.
About what? Sorry, because
Because you're giving a tour. So pretend that you're giving a tour maybe where you used to live, maybe in France, near the mountains. You could be giving a tour. Or even in the city, if
okay,
you
I
like,
understand.
whatever you
Okay.
like, yeah. Okay. And Obid is going to ask you a lot of questions. You can try to respond to his questions.
Okay.
So maybe you could start by saying like, okay, we're gonna have a great tour today, or something like that.
Yes, I'm trying to find something.
Okay.
Well, simply, we are doing a tour in the mountain, not too far from the Mont Blanc, and we are going ahead in during this trip by car. And if you have any question while we are going along, please do not hesitate to ask.
Okay, Obid, do you have any questions?
No.
No, you have to ask questions. You're on the tour. You can choose from any of the questions that are here.
Okay,
Too.
let me repeat again. We are doing a trip in Saudi Arabia, not too far from Medina. So I'm your guide. Do not hesitate to ask me any question if you want.
Well, what time you can visit Medina?
Just for the Hajj, so during 1 month. So we are going to visit Mecca, Medina, and another place concerning the history of people on this place.
Okay. Did you visit Medina before this?
Yes, for a month. It was quick
Then,
and very beautiful. So I'm visiting this place for you and for your team.
uh, what's the best the way in Medina?
Sorry?
What is the best place in the Medina and
What is
why?
the best place to visit, maybe, in Medina?
Yeah, the best place in Medina is the mosque of Medina, very big, very beautiful and white.
Mosque, yeah.
So they're the multicultural people from over the world. So you can speak French, German, Arabic, Chinese, Moroccan with several different and several people and culture. So the place is very is a mixed up of several countries.
Mhm. If you think visit again, tell me because I will send you ticket.
Okay, okay, you're welcome.
Nice job, guys. Very good. Excellent. All right. I'm gonna ask. Okay, Luba had to go. She said, "Okay, bye, Luba." All right. So let's ask Anna and Jorgen next. Are you guys
Yes.
ready? So maybe Jorgen, I'll ask you to give a tour to Anna. And Anna, you are going to be full of questions for Jorgen. And Jorgen, you can choose whatever place you like to give your
Yes.
tour, a place that you think is interesting.
Yes. So I want to say welcome to Copenhagen. On the right, you see Tivoli. It's an amusement park where you can ride in a carousel and you can ride in a roller coaster. Tivoli is a very old, famous amusement park. We also have concerts, mostly at winter. So feel free to roam around and enjoy yourself. There's an entrance fee, and then you can use all the amusement offers. Have you any questions about Tivoli, or should we move on?
No, I'd like to go to Tivoli.
Would like to go to
Yeah,
Tivoli?
sure.
Well,
Yes, did you say there is no fee?
there is a entrance fee. You pay
Just say entry fee.
yes, you pay an
Okay,
entrance fee for an adult.
okay.
Then you're free to
Can
use
I
all the things in there. So, any questions about Tivoli?
buy the entrance now, or is it
Yes,
difficult to get?
yes. Uh, and there's the roller coasters, and you can win things if you like to shoot. Then you can win a teddy bear or something like that. There are also some very famous shrimps sandwiches in Tivoli. They are very expensive. They cost a fortune, and but they're very popular. Many people go into Tivoli just to go to the restaurants, and uh, it's very old-fashioned and part of Danish culture.
Am I allowed to bring food? To bring
I don't
food?
think you're allowed. I don't think you're allowed to bring food because I think that Tivoli wants people to buy the food and sit at the restaurants. And but I'm not sure. Maybe you are allowed to eat at a park bench in Tivoli. Uh, Maybe so. I'm not quite sure what the rules are. So, but you could always ask one of the men in there.
How tall is the roller coaster?
The roller coasters, well, they're not so tall. They're not so extreme as some of them. Those in America, or other places in the world, is you can call it a medium-sized roller coaster. I tried one once, and it wasn't that bad. Uh, it was an old-fashioned one, uh, but the roller coasters are not the main attraction of Tivoli. The main attraction is the scenery and the what do you call it? The architecture and the old. It's an old brand, you could call it. It's something special for Denmark. Uh, so it's not a top modern amusement park as such. It's more like an old-fashioned place where you can enjoy yourself. There's a small lake and restaurants and so forth. And many people like to buy a season card so they can go there all summer. I know especially many elderly people like to go to buy a season card so they can go into Tivoli and spend their time, because when they are told to work, so they can meet people and enjoy themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But we also have a national museum in Copenhagen with paintings, and we have a botanical garden that's also very popular, mostly in summer, of course. So we have something called a zoo museum. It's not a zoo as such, but it is a museum of modern museum of things that pertain to animals and environment, where you go inside and you can see there's small movies, and they probably have a better word for it in English, but
Maybe like a
it's also
natural
very
museum? Yeah.
well.
Maybe like a natural museum? There's one.
Yes, a natural museum
Yeah.
where you can study these things and read. You have these glass cages where you can see a large animal from past time, and then there's a small sign at the bottom where it says something about the animal, And then if you press a button, you can hear sound of the animal and so forth. They have them in major cities around the world.
Okay.
These are some of the tourist attractions in Copenhagen. But also, it's a sea town. It's a harbor town, so you could also go to the harbor and enjoy that. You can see a statue of the Little Mermaid from the Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale, The Little Mermaid, or you
Yeah,
can even
that's
see a
very
statue of
famous.
Hans Christian Andersen himself, and at the main square.
Okay. I think Anna
The
had a
statue of the Little
question
Mermaid
too.
is the most popular statue in Copenhagen, and it actually was once a Danish artist who severed the head and stole the head as some kind of artistic happening, and it caused an outcry in Denmark, of course. But then it was found, I believe, and the head was put back on the poor mermaid. But it was in the 60s when the artists, they like to do things like that, and they called it a happening and an artistic happening. Of course it wasn't, but it became famous because of this atrocity. I don't know if the artist, it was a painter, if he got a fine for that. I believe he was, but they called it the murder of the Little Mermaid. So
Okay. I think Anna had a question.
yes, sorry.
It's okay.
I lost my track. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Well, are there
Okay.
any of those things were you interested in?
I had the questions,
Yes.
but then you start talking and talking, and I lost my track. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. I'm sure it wasn't on purpose. You did very well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, you sound like a nice tour guide. You're very well informed. Okay,
Thank you.
well, Anna, if you can think of any of the questions for about Denmark or any of the places in Copenhagen that he was talking about, you can go ahead and ask whenever you like. Okay, so let's ask maybe Igor and Javier.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you guys to work together too?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so maybe I'll ask Igor to be the tour guide. Okay?
Okay. It's okay.
And okay, and you can give a tour. You can choose your location. And Javier is going to be taking the tour, so he's going to have a lot of questions for you.
Okay, I already thought about my tour and I decided to choose the big theater. It's the famous theater in Moscow,
Uh-huh.
and the show will be Swan Lake. It's a ballet dancing. It was composed by Pyotr Ilyich Tchaikovsky in 19th century. And if you have any questions, Go ahead and ask.
Yes, I have some questions.
Yes.
Where I can buy the tickets for this event?
There are some windows ticket windows, and there you can buy the tickets for this show.
Do you have any other questions?
Because I have to take some money to pay the tickets.
You could ask someone to give you money.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I haven't heard you. I was facing connection problems, but I will ask you another question.
Okay.
Where is the best place to buy souvenirs around here?
There are outside. There is a lot of shops. There are the main center. There also is the big row of I don't know how to say, little shops,
Yeah,
stores, I guess.
you could call it maybe the business district. We talked about that earlier.
It's rather market.
Oh, okay, like a smaller area. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and so I have another question.
Yeah, sure.
Are we allowed to take pictures or record movies during the ballet event?
During the show, you are not allowed to picture or film because it's private.
Okay.
You can just remember.
Okay, so
You can
that
just remember. You just
okay,
have your memories.
don't get serious. Okay. So that's all. Thank you for your help.
All right,
Yeah,
nice
sure.
job, guys. Yeah, very good. I like how you explained some facts about the theater, and then you were able to Javier was able to ask you like a lot of different questions about where to buy tickets and everything. So good job.
It was
You did
fine.
a nice job explaining too that he was not allowed to take pictures. Okay, so let's look now at some ways that we can explain rules, safety, and etiquette. So a tour guide usually will say some of these phrases like, you're forbidden from taking photographs, keep your hands inside the vehicle, sometimes they'll say, and or like stay on the side of the yellow line. So I'll leave this open for you guys. And all of the people that acted before as a tour guide, now you guys are going to be tourists. So we're going to kind of switch roles. So Rashid, earlier you were a tour guide. So I'm going to make you a tourist, okay? And I think I'm going to ask Anna to give you a tour. So Anna, you can choose where the tour will be. And Rashid, you are going to be the tourist, okay? So you can ask questions. And Anna, maybe you can also tell him to stay safe and explain some of the rules too.
Okay.
All right, so go ahead, Anna, whenever you're ready.
Okay. Okay. Let me think quickly of
Okay.
a place which has rules. Okay. Um. Well, Hashid, welcome to the Sugar Loaf. It's a tourist attraction in Rio. Um, please watch out for the distance between the floor and the cable car to to not fall off. Okay, don't. You are not allowed to cross the yellow line on the ground. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Please don't put your arm out of the window. All right? You are allowed to take pictures and have fun, but some people uh, take selfies in very dangerous places. At at very at
In very dangerous
in very
places.
dangerous place. They jump over the fence and stay uh, they stay close to the edge to take a selfie and I advise you don't do something like that, okay? It's very dangerous.
Okay.
Do, okay, do you have any questions?
Uh,
Can we go back to the questions here? Here's some questions.
in fact, where are we exactly? Because I don't know.
The Sugarloaf, it's a cable car between three mountains, you know.
Oh,
You are going to take it two cable cars and you will see a stunning view of the entire city
okay.
of Rio de Janeiro.
Okay, so I will take some selfie and pictures. There is not a problem.
No, it's not a problem, but please don't jump over the fence to take a selfie because it's very, very dangerous. And some people enjoy doing something like that, you know, to show off and
Okay.
to appear as if they were flying, you know.
Okay, can I open the window to be more comfortable for taking selfies?
You can open the window, but don't put your arms or don't hang yourself up uh, through the window, okay? Because it's
Okay.
very, very high.
Okay, which animals are living over this place?
There is no animals, but I can take you to the zoo.
Okay.
Okay, you can see a lot of animals from all over the world, but don't feed the animals. It's not allowed to feed the animals, okay?
Oh, too bad because I have a chocolate bar on my pocket and I don't want to eat too. Uh, well, and after the zoo, what will we visit uh, afterwards?
We will go to the Christ, the statue of Christ. It was elected one of the seven wonders in the world.
Okay.
I,
Yes.
I, you, there is a nice view as well, but I don't recommend you to buy souvenirs there because it's a tourist trap.
Okay. I will take all this advice, and I will. I hope I will enjoy this trip.
Okay. Do you like extreme sports and things like that?
Extreme sports. Yes, I practiced during many years extreme sports, like
Would you like to try hang gliding?
to try what?
Hang gliding?
I don't know this word.
You don't know what is hang gliding? There is a huge place in Rio de Janeiro where you can go hang gliding. You know, you will fly with a guy,
Oh,
an
okay.
instructor. You will jump.
Yeah.
You will
Yes,
jump.
I will. I never did this kind of extreme sports, but I will enjoy to try it. Yes.
Okay, I will take you there, and it will be unforgettable.
Oh, okay. Of course, I believe that too.
Okay, you will uh, land off on Pepinos Beach.
You will what?
Maybe
Land off.
Land
Land
on the beach.
on Pepinos Beach. It's a very nice beach.
Oh, okay. Okay. So I will take my GoPro to record this beautiful experience.
Okay, pay close attention to the instructions, okay, and double check your equipment and
Okay.
do everything that your instructor says.
Oh, okay. I will not be alone during my fly.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay, great job, guys. I'm going to interrupt you there. Very good
Okay.
work.
Thank you.
Very nice. Yeah. So, Anna, you did a great job um, explaining to Rashid a lot about the tour, and Rashid, you did really well asking questions too. All right, so Javier, we had Obid. He was going to give a tour, but he left. So Javier, you have to give a tour to 2 tourists. So you have that challenge. So both Igor and Jorgen, you guys are going to be his tourists, and you guys are both going to ask Javier questions. So Javier, are you ready?
But one question,
Yeah, yeah.
what is the place of the tour?
You can choose. What is
Ah,
your
okay, okay,
favorite place to go, or
okay.
like the most
So,
interesting place you can think of?
okay, so welcome to the Zugarramurdi Caves. Zugarramurdi Caves are located in Navarra, a province of Spain. These caves are well known because during medieval period they were a place where witches and maids meet to to practice magic and necromancy.
Hmm?
Uh, yes, if you have any question, you can interrupt me.
Which kind of magic did they practice?
They practice spells of love, of possession, different kind of spells.
Oh, how did the surrounding society react on that?
Sorry, will you repeat,
How did
please?
the surrounding society react to that? Did they?
Yes. Mm, they meet in this case for that reason because the society don't have a good impression of this practice. So they decide to meet in a hidden place like these caves.
Okay, so they hide in secrecy. Yes.
Yes, it was a secret place, but people who was related with this kind of circles, they know where to meet.
When was that? Was it in the Middle Ages?
Uh, Sorry, I
When
haven't.
was that? What year period was that?
Approximately, I suppose it was 15 or 16th century.
Okay. Yes.
I can provide you with more information after the tour, if you
Okay.
wish. So okay, so
Well, that's interesting because
Igor,
Spain is an old Catholic country. You know, it's a very religious country as far as I know. Uh,
mm, yes, okay.
Did they did something bad?
No,
Oh,
the problem is that the church and the Christians were have a great influence in that time, and for that reason, any other practice that don't were good looked were punished. So witches and magicians or other people that the church didn't consider good people. They were I don't know how to say
Persecuted?
persecuted. Yes, it's
Hmm.
correct. And recently, a director whose name is Alex de la Iglesia has recorded a movie in these caves.
Oh, there was a movie about it?
Yes, it's a movie about it, but it's a story. It tells a story that has no relation with the medieval period. It's a story. It's a story that happens in a modern environment.
And what's the name of movie?
Of the movie,
Yeah.
The Witches of Zugarramurdi. I will give me a second. I will give you the link with more information. Zugarramurdi. And if you walk around the cave, you will see I don't know how to say a monument
Hmm.
that has some photos and contains more information about the film that was recorded in the caves.
Very cool. So I'm going to interrupt you guys there too. Very nice job. Okay, so Javier, you were an excellent. Oh, and it's like an actual place, so we have real information there about the film and everything. So yeah, you seem to be a very well-informed tour guide, and you're able to give a lot of specific facts to answer Jorgen and Igor's questions. And Jorgen and Igor, you both did really well asking interesting questions too about like when these things happened and what specifically was the name of the movie. Those were really good questions. So really nice job, you guys. And hopefully you'll be able to review some of these phrases and some of the vocabulary before your next vacation so that you can be prepared to ask some really good questions while you're on the tour. And maybe even in the future to give a tour to English speakers that come to your city. So thank you guys so much for your participation. You did
Yes,
really, really
thank you.
well, all of you in the role play.
Interesting class.
Yeah, we were able to learn a lot of new vocabulary, and we went
Yes,
pretty far over time. Sorry about that, guys.
that doesn't
But
matter.
but yeah, there are no classes right now, so I think it's okay. All right, so I'll see you guys soon in another class. I hope you all have a really great weekend.
Yes, bye bye.
Okay, bye. See you
Bye.
soon.
See you. Thank you for the class.
Bye,
Goodbye.
bye.
Thank you.
See you.